कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा, कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपदा जय राधा माधव राधे, जय पंचतत्वा जय पंचतत्वा, पंचतत्वा जय पंचतत्वा, जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव, नरसिंहदेव जय अनंत देव, जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज, प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज, निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल, हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल, निताय गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। Where are the others? They have not joined yet. Okay, we'll wait for some time. Till then, if somebody wants to do kirtan, you do. Just give me 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I'll be back. Till the time everybody joins.
आकर्षक प्रभु, कोई ऐसा ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपाताक स्वामी इति नामिने नमः। चार्यपदाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरकातानामदाय नगरक्रमतारिणे नमः। ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी आश्यता दिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Madhava Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Narasimhadev Jaya Narasimhadev Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, everybody. Mataji asked us to uh, do kirtan until everybody joins. So that's why I was doing kirtan. If anybody wants to uh, do kirtan until Mataji is back,
Okay, let's.
or we can sing together, Prabhu.
Yeah, okay.
We can repeat.
Whatever you feel like.
However, we can say Krishna's. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Yeah,
Hare.
conclude. Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya
Prabhupada. Yeah.
Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev,
Dev.
Gurudev,
Gurudev.
Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari.
Dev or Nitai Gaura Premanande. Okay. Thank you very much. And it is beginning thinner and thinner. Just put the screenshot of the participants in the group. Somebody take the screenshot of the participants. 9:20. What is the time now? Whatever is the time. Okay. Okay, we are going to the 16th verse, which is also another prayer to the Supreme Lord for his audience. Kindly appear in, means I need to see you. So there is a song which was written even when Srila Prabhupada was there. This song was written by the Western devotees. That George Harrison and team, they wrote this. Really want to see you, really want to be with you, my Lord, like this. So everybody has a hankering. Have you seen God? Have you seen God like that? So people are very curious. Has anybody seen God? So now these two prayers, slokas, or the prayers for the audience of the Lord. So already we saw one prayer in which we are asking the Lord to remove the effulgence around him and let him reveal himself. And in this verse, we will be, this is also a prayer to say that, my dear Lord, please again remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays so that I can see your form of bliss. So Prabhupada is mentioning seeing Lord face to face. Like unto the sun as I am, like how the sun is there and I am like a ray. I am also your part and parcel. I would like to see you, my Lord. You are my source. I want to see you. So kindly remove that light and show me. Show yourself to me. That is this verse. Before proceeding into the verse, only we have little participants, so easily I can ask some question. So I'm going to ask a question to you. Have you, when you see the sun, you go out in the daytime, really bright sun is there, okay? The really bright sun is there, so you're going out and you're just directly, you're looking at the sun. So I'm going to ask each one of you, what is your experience? From childhood till today, at least someday you would have done, 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, you would have done looking at the sun directly like that. So what was the phenomenon you underwent and what did you experience? Shortly in 2 lines, 1 or 2 lines, you tell me. So we'll start again in the ascending, this alphabetical order. Divya Rupa Revati.
Yes, ma'am. Hari bol, ma'am.
Hari
So,
bol.
ma'am, yeah, actually, yes. Generally, I tried seeing the sun during eclipse when I was a kid, but I was not able to see because it will hurt my eyes. It will be. I won't be able to see. That was the one thing. I was not able to see only.
Okay, very good. And Om Govind Rai, Prabhu?
Yeah, same. While flying the kite, a kite, when kite goes between the sun, we are just like blank. Where is the kite? Where is the sun? Where am I? It's like that.
Good. Any other phenomenon or the similar Jayalakshmi Navaneet?
I used to do sun staring, Mataji, early morning. So first we cannot see even the sky. After a while, we can see the sun at least. We cannot see the sun for a while. After probably couple of seconds, if we start staring, we can see that just round ball which is just lying around, and then like kind of all the rays together. But our eye starts watering and continuously watering. Eyes goes very small, and
Okay.
after that we cannot see anything because everything else is dark. It takes some time to adjust. So
Yes. Wherever you see, it's darkness after that. Okay, good. Akarshak, Jayalakshmi is with you?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. So when I was a child, I used to look at the sun. It gave me a good feel, like very warm and good feel, Mataji, like as if we are seeing the God. That was very nice. But I used to challenge myself to stare at the sun. How long am I able to see the sun? After that, some bubbles. I view some bubbles coming out. Yeah, that was my experience, Mataji.
Okay, good. Most of us have tried a similar. Akarshak Srihari?
Yes, same Mataji means when we will try to look when it is, in midday or like in afternoon. So then for a second we can, just see the only rays, but sun itself will be not able, we will not able to, glare on this. And again, it will be blank out. It look like that we are not able to see in the normal things for sometimes.
Yes, very nice. Okay, good. Sumedha? Okay, Sumedha is not able to access the mic, but she will be typing it in the chat. She has some issues with installing Zoom and the mic and the speaker. She's having some trouble. Okay, anyway. Okay, so almost all of us have a similar experience of glaring at the sun, but actually, Shastra clearly mentions that the sun is actually a chariot with 7 horses, and there is 12 Adityas who are taking shifts. 1 month, one Aditya will ride. And next month, next Aditya will ride. So in this way, every month there is one Aditya who is riding the chariot. And for them it is only 2 hours in a day. Demigods, no, they are. So for them, our 6 months is one day and 6 months is night. So 6 Adityas are in night shift. And the 2 hours only they work, they ride the chariot like this. So in this way, the sun is actually a chariot, but we are able to see only like a globe maximum. Huh? Like Navneet, somebody challenges themselves. Somebody said that they'll challenge and try to look, try to look. At last, they'll see one globe or one circle. But beyond the circle, there is personalities and people are living. It's a planet. And of course, our senses are imperfect. But otherwise, also, because it's an illuminating object, it is very difficult to see beyond. Sometimes, if there is a heavy light coming from some place, you won't be able to identify the object unless otherwise they switch off the light. When they switch off the light, then you will understand, okay, it is a bulb, it's a tube light or whatever. If through a window or something, if the light is coming, then you won't know. So unless they switch it off, you go inside and stare at it, then you see the illuminating object. Similarly, the Supreme Lord is covered with this effulgence of Brahma Jyoti. And for an elementary person, for a beginner, Lord is not going to show himself. So only he is going to show them that light is only visible. The second level, they get Paramatma, and the third level, they get the Bhagavan. So the Bhagavan is the ultimate person who is sitting within the effulgence. So some people, they just end up with an effulgence itself. So if somebody asks, okay, what is sun? It's light. That's all. But if you go nearer, it is actually a chariot with a single wheel, and there are 7 horses. There is Surya Bhagavan. There is some Brahmanas called Vaya Kalyas. They are very short. Vaya Kalyas. They are singing the glories of the sun god and all. It's big planet. It's a planet by itself. The planet is in the shape of a chariot, and it is driven on top of a mountain called Manasutra mountain. Like these are all in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. When you come to the gradually, you will be anyway seeing in your Bhakti Vaibhava about the architecture and all that. So overall idea is there is something beyond. There is an entire planet beyond the light. The same way, the Supreme Lord and the Brahmajyoti effulgence is coming out of the Lord and the Goloka Vrindavana, and it's all pervading. It's everywhere. So sunlight, if you see, it's all pervading. So sometimes we may claim that the sun light which is around, for example, in the morning, when we open the window, then we have good sunlight at home. Maybe sun is not directly visible. Afternoon, 12 o'clock, it's on top of our home. But inside the home, it's all bright. We don't require to switch on the light and all that. Naturally, there is a light at home. So, of course, this is all pervading aspect of the sun. But we cannot call it sun directly. At the same time, it is also sun. Where from it's originating from the sun only. So, this is the concept where it is explained that similar scenario, and it's very disturbing to see the light. Same way, here also, it is very disturbing to the Brahma Jyoti. And then a devotee, especially, want to see the personal form of the Lord. So if you see Goloka Vrindavana, we have all the, in Goloka Vrindavan, there are personalities, there are cows, there are mountains, there is rivers, there is greenery, there is a complete existence is there. But because that effulgence is coming out, and we are blindfolded by the effulgence. Like many of you said, like we become blindfolded. First of all, looking at the sun itself, it's so bright that you cannot see anything. He said, Om Govinda Rai Prabhu said that he cannot see the kite. Where is the kite? Where am I? Where is the sun? Because of the light. Apart from that, when you turn back and come into your home, everything is dark. So similar scenario. So the devotee is asking to the Lord to remove that effulgence. So that is what it is. Let us go to the verse. The similar verse like a previous verse, but the difference, there is a difference, a little difference between that and this, is to show his form is what is the request here. And some qualities of the Lord are being glorified here. That is the difference. But both are similar prayers to show himself, my dear Lord, only when you want. So, oh Lord favors only his devotees. He doesn't favor everybody. Not everybody who challenges God, if you're there, come in front of me. He won't come. Why he should obey your order, your challenge? Why should he take up your challenge? So if somebody is calling with a challenging attitude or something, he won't appear. But his devotees who are interested in always hearing about him and his glories, he is favoring very specially. And he voluntarily appears. He voluntarily helps them in various ways. Dadami buddhi yogam tam enamam upayanti. So he gives the buddhi yoga, and he gives whatever is essential to reach him, to see him, and he gives the qualification, and then he appears. We try to qualify ourselves by increasing our capacity. That is not possible. But by increasing devotion, it is possible. By increasing the difference between yogi and jnani and devotee is the yogis and non-jnanis, they depend so much on their personal ability and capacity. Whereas a devotee is fully dependent on the Lord and he really loves the Lord. Because he loves the Lord also loves the devotee, then he easily appears in front of the devotee. Whereas for yogis and jnanis, it's very, very difficult to have the audience of the Lord. He won't show himself. Voluntarily, Krishna has to reveal himself. It is not that by yoga process I can pull him. He is not in, he is fully abhijna swarat. Hmm? So, like for example, if Hiranyakashipu does tapasya, then Brahma has to appear because in scriptures certain process is given. If you certain Ashwamedha yajna is done, then somebody will appear, somebody will appear. Even Vishnu will appear in the yajna. If he is pleased with the yajna, then he will give some benediction. But as far as Supreme Lord is concerned, he is attracted only by pure love and nothing else. So, yoga process, dhyana process, austerity, penance, knowledge, all these things cannot attract the Supreme Lord. He is attracted only by devotion. That is the overall view of this purport also. Let us read it quickly. Please repeat after me. We'll read the sloka. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. पूषन् एकर्षे यमसूर्य प्रजापत्य
Pushan ekatse
एकक्षे यमसूर्य
सूर्य
प्रजापत्य
प्रजापत्य व्यूहरस्मिन् समूह तेजो
व्यूहरश्मि
व्यूहरस्मिन्
नमो
समूह
तेजो
तेजो
यत्ते रूपं कल्याणतमं तत्ते पश्यामि
यत्ते
Pratye rupam kalyana
कल्याणतमं
tamam
कल्याणतमं
तत्ते
tatte
तत्ते
tatte
पश्यामि
पश्यामि
pashyami.
योऽसाव् अशु पुरुषः सोऽहमस्मि
Yoshau
योऽसा
ashau
अशो
purusha
पुरुषो
so aham
सोऽहम्
asmi.
अस्मि
Translation: O my Lord, O primeval philosopher,
Oh my Lord, Om
O my Lord, O
philosopher,
primeval philosopher,
maintainer of the universe,
maintainer of the
maintainer of
universe,
universe,
O regulating principle,
O
O
regulating
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 principle,
principle,
destination of the pure devotees,
destination of
destination
the
destination
of
of
the
pure
the pure
devotees,
devotees,
well-wisher of the progenitors of mankind,
well-wisher of the
of the
well-wishers of the
progenitors of
progenitors
progenitors
of
of the
mankind,
mankind.
mankind,
please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays
Please
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 remove
remove the
the
remove the
effulgence of
effulgence
your
effulgence of a
transcendental
transcendental
rays
rays,
so that I can see your form of bliss.
so
so
that
so
I
that
that
so
I
I
can
that
can
can
I
see
see
can
your
your
see
form
your
of
form
form
of
of
bliss.
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 You are the eternal supreme personality of Godhead,
you
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 are
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 the
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 You are the
eternal
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 supreme
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 personality
personality
of
of
personality of
Godhead,
Godhead,
like unto the sun,
like
as am I.
unto the sun, as
to the sun
like
as
unto the sun, as I.
Okay. So start reading the purport.
The sun and its rays are one and the same qualitatively. Similarly, the Lord and the living entities are one and the same in quality. The sun is one, but the molecules of the sun's rays are innumerable. The sun's rays constitute part of the sun, and the sun and its rays conjointly constitute the complete sun. Within the sun itself resides the sun god, and similarly within the supreme spiritual planet, Goloka Vrindavana, from which the Brahma Jyoti refulgence is emanating. The Lord enjoys his eternal pastimes as verified in the Brahma Samhita 5.29. Chintamani Prakara Sadmashu Kalpa Vriksha Lakshvrikshu Surabhir Abhipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasrasata Sambram Sevyamanam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worshipped Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is tending the cows, fulfilling all desires in abodes filled with spiritual gems and surrounding by millions of wish-fulfilling trees. He is always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or goddesses of fortune. The Brahma Jyotir is described in the Brahma Samhita as the rays emanating from the supreme spiritual planet Goloka Vrindavan. Just as the sun's rays emanate from the sun globe, until one surpasses the glare of the Brahma Jyotir, one cannot receive information of the land of the Lord. The impersonalist philosophers, blinded as they are by the dazzling Brahmajyotir, can realize neither the factual abode of the Lord nor his transcendental form. Limited by their poor fund of knowledge, such impersonalist thinkers cannot understand the all blissful transcendental form of Lord Krishna. In this prayer, therefore, Sri Ishopanishad petitions the Lord to remove the effulgent rays of the Brahmajyotir so that the pure devotee can see his all blissful transcendental form. By realizing the impersonal Brahmajyotir, one experiences the auspicious aspect of the Supreme, and by realizing the Paramatma, or all pervading feature of the Supreme, one experiences an even more auspicious enlightenment. But by meeting the personality of Godhead Himself face to face, the devotee experiences the most auspicious feature of the Supreme, since he is addressed as primeval philosopher and maintainer and well-wisher of the universe. The Supreme Truth cannot be impersonal. This is the verdict of Sri Ishopanishad. The word Pushan, maintainer, is especially significant, for although the Lord maintains all beings, he specifically maintains his devotees. After surpassing the impersonal Brahma Jyotir and seeing the personal aspect of Lord and his most auspicious eternal form, the devotee realizes the absolute truth in full. In his Bhagavad Sandarbha, Srila Jiva Goswami states, the complete conception of the absolute truth is realized in the personality of Godhead because he is almighty and possesses full transcendental potencies. The full potency of the absolute truth is not realized in the Brahma Jyotir. Therefore, Brahma realization is only partial realization of the personality of Godhead. O learned sages, the first syllable of the word Bhagwana, Bha, has two meanings. The first is one who fully maintains, and the second is guardian. The second syllable, Ga, means guide, leader, or creator. The syllable one indicates that every being lives in him and that he also lives in every being. In other words, the transcendental sound Bhagwan represents infinite knowledge, potency, energy, opulence, strength, and influence, all without a tinge of material, I cannot read, inebriety.
Okay, we'll quickly go through this. Very simple. Already I told the example of the sun, and the rays is also there, but they are same in quality, but they are different. So the molecules are of the sun, which is spread everywhere, everywhere it's there. It is coming from the sun only. It is, but there is a sun god there inside the sun globe. There is a sun god, spiritual. Same way, the supreme Lord is there, Goloka Vrindavana, from which the Brahma Jyoti effulgence is emanating. So that comparison which we did, and if you and Brahma very clearly explains the Dhamma, and in Goloka Vrindavana, everything is the land is Chintamani. Chintamani means all touchstones. So what is that? See, you have all the Navaratna stones and all that. They are very, very valuable. So Goloka is also, the dust is made of that, but still more is, see, here we have mud, there we have the Ratna and everything to be the sand. And but moreover, Chintamani Prakarasatmashu Kalpa Vriksha, there are two things. Chintamani stones, everything. What is the Chintamani stone? Uh, if you touch any iron or any metal, it will become gold. There is a stone, it will look like ordinary stone, but when you touch any metal, the metal turns into gold. So that, and Kalpavriksha is a desire fulfilling tree. A tree in which anything which is like, generally, if the mango tree will give mango, the coconut tree will give coconut, like this is there. But This kind of trees, you ask anything, it will give. So that is Kalpa Vriksha. And Lakshavrdeshu Surabir Abhipalayantam, and Laksha Surabhi cows are there. And they are also like desire fulfilling cows. They are also called Kamadhenus, Surabhi cow. So how many Surabhi cows are there? Laksha. Only one Surabhi cow is in this world, and there is a lot of fight, and later Indra snatched away, and he had kept the Surabhi with him. But now, right now, the Surabhi is in Navadvip. There is only one Surabhi here. Is the mother of all the cows in this universe. And that Surabhi cow was with one Rishi, Vasishta or somebody. Then the Indra snatched away, and he said that this belongs to the government, and he took and kept it inside with them. And later, when Indra offended Krishna by pouring devastating rainfall over Brindavana, the complete covered boys were put, boys and girls and the families, everybody was put into trouble. The cows. Then Krishna lifted the Govardhan mountain and taught a lesson to Indra, who was very proud. That time, Indra felt very ashamed to come in front of Krishna and ask forgiveness. So he sent the pure devotee, that the Kamadhenu cow in the front. So she came, Surabhima. So when she came, Krishna will be naturally pleased to see a devotee. She is an amazing devotee. So she came and offered obeisances and surrendered. Then behind Surabhi came Indra, asking forgiveness. In this way. So Krishna, for formality, just forgave. But the Surabhi cow prayed to the Lord that she doesn't want to separate from him. So Krishna blessed her that she can eternally reside in the Navadvip. So she, from there, she didn't go back to. Then she actually gave her milk for Abhishek of Krishna. So Indra and everybody, all demigods, everybody came there, and they did Abhishek to Krishna, and Krishna was named Govinda by Nanda Maharaj later, and they all called him Goka Indra. He is Indra. Indra is there. He is the Indra of all the Pasu, and the Go means the senses. Also, Go also means cows. So he is the controller of the senses, and also he is the controller of the cows. And not only controller, he also protects the cows. So that name and all were given, and all nice Abhishek was done by Surabhi, continuously poured milk. So there was that became a kunda, that became a pond in Vrindavana. It was called Govinda Kund. Madhavendra Puri did his chanting and everything there. He resided and lived there for some time. So there's beautiful pastime, so many we can say. But still, let us come back to this. That Surabhi cow is then from there, the Surabhi, she told she didn't want to go with Indra. He was an offender of Brajavasis. He didn't send an ordinary cloud or something for a simple rain, but he sent the devastating rain, which is the cloud. Samavartaka cloud is used only during Pralaya times. So Vrindavana is a simple village. The villagers doesn't even have a weapon, and they are simple Vaishya. And why such a dangerous cloud should be sent to kill them? They have not done such a bad offense that they have totally have to be eradicated by such a heavy punishment. So Surabhi was not comfortable to go back and stay in demigod planet. So she prayed to Krishna. So Krishna said, I'll come back again as Gauranga, and you till then you permanently live, and in Godrumadvip there is Surabhi Kunj. So that is a place where she came, and she is living even now eternally. And anyway, in Maipur also all the trees and everything is desire fulfilling trees, not for our sense gratification, but any desire which is done on devotional service will get manifested. Very nice. So only one Surabhi cow, so much janjat, but if you see spiritual world, it is mentioned Lakshavrideshu Surabir Abhipalayantam. Laksha cows are there, Surabhi cows are there. And how many Lakshmis are there? Everybody is behind Lakshmi, Diwali, they make Lakshmi Puja. And they want just money and wealth and opulence. But she is getting that opulence only in the sidelong glances of the Supreme Lord. She's continuously massaging the Supreme Lord's lotus feet. And sometimes, very rarely, the Supreme Lord will look at her the sidelong glances a little bit. And she's getting all her opulence by that sidelong glance only. So people why behind Lakshmi, they can directly approach the Lord. He is the reservoir of all opulences. Hmm? But one Lakshmi, people are just behind worshipping on Diwali and everything. There is Lakshmi Puja and all. But here, Lakshmi Sahasra Sada Samprama Sevyamanam. Sahasra means 1,000. Sata means 100. Hundreds and thousands of Lakshmis means lakh. They are all serving the Supreme Lord. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So this is the abode of the Supreme Lord. The Brahmajyoti is not the topmost destination. The Supreme Lord has a form, has a residence, has so many loving devotees around him in various, is exchanging, even though he is a Bhijnaswara, totally independent personality. He doesn't have mother, father, brother, sister in this way, but still by his devotees, the marginal energy and internal energy, he is creating, he is manifesting various pastimes with them and exchanging, loving exchanges with his part and parcels and his energies. He's playing with his energies. So this so beautiful. Such a residence is there. So he's always served with great reverence and affection with so many Lakshmis. So Govinda is Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So this is what is the original Supreme Lord. So he has a plan at Goloka Vrindavana. The sun globe, how the light is coming, same way just the Brahma Jyoti is coming. And the impersonalist philosophers, blinded as they are by the dazzling Brahma Jyoti. When you see bright light, you become blindfolded. And they are also blindfolded. So what they are not able to realize the factual abode of the Lord or the Lord's form. So they have very poor fund of knowledge. So they cannot see the or understand the transcendental blissful form of the Lord. So here in this Isopanisad, there is a petition or prayer that please remove that effulgent and just show yourself. So even people in religious system, they consider attaining Brahmajyoti or aspiring to attain Brahmajyoti itself is auspicious. But more auspicious is Paramatma and most auspicious Paramatma realization and most auspicious is the Bhagwan realization. So Bhagwan realization comprises both Paramatma and Brahman realization. So the Supreme Lord, he maintains all the devotees and especially he is favoring his devotees. That also we'll see later. So here we see that the conception of the Lord, he is full of transcendental potency. The full potency of the Lord, in Brahmajyoti, you cannot get the full potency of the Lord. So it's only partial realization. Again and again it is given because generally in India, this concept is so strong and deep rooted in the so-called Hindu culture that we may get misguided. So we should be very, very careful. We are not getting into impersonal aspect or we are not getting into this Mayavadi philosophy. So Prabhupada again and again mentions, and even the slokas, they repeat to remove that. So he's also considered Bhagavan. We'll do an exercise on this maybe tomorrow. The Lord fully maintains his unalloyed devotee and guides them progressively towards the path of devotional perfection. This you need to read. So only devotees, they get special favor. Amazing devotees' position is very, very comfortable and they are favored by the Lord. So only to those whom he is favoring, he will show himself. Read it.
The Lord fully maintains his unalloyed devotees, and he guides them progressively on the path toward devotional perfection. As the leader of his devotees, he ultimately awards the desired results of a devotional service by giving himself to them. The devotees of the Lord see the Lord eye to eye by his causeless mercy. Thus, the Lord helps his devotees reach the supermost spiritual planet, Goloka Vrindavan. Being the creator, he can bestow all necessary qualification upon his devotees so that they can ultimately reach him. The Lord is the cause of all causes. In other words, since there is nothing that caused him, he is the original cause. Consequently, he enjoys his own self by manifesting his own eternal potency. The external potency is not exactly manifested by him, for he expands himself as Purushas, and it is in the for I cannot read Mataji. Yes. Purusha, and it is in these forms that he maintains the features of material manifestations. By such expansions, he creates, maintains, and annihilates the cosmic manifestation. The living entities are also differentiated expansions of the Lord's self, and because some of them desire to be lords and imitate the Supreme Lord, he allows them to enter into cosmic creation with the option to fully utilize their propensity to lord it over nature. Because of the presence of his parts and parcels, the living entities, the entire phenomenal world is stirred into actions and reactions. Thus, the living entities are given full facilities to lord it over material nature. But the ultimate controller is the Lord himself in his plenary feature as Paramatma, the Supersoul, who is one of the Purushas. Thus, there is a gulf of difference between the living entity, Atma, and the controlling Lord Paramatma, the soul and the supersoul. Paramatma is the controller and Atma is the controlled. Therefore, they are in different categories. Because the Paramatma fully cooperates with the Atma, he is known as the constant companion of the living being, the all pervading feature of the Lord, which exists in all circumstances of walking and sleeping, as well as in potential states, and from which the Jiva Shakti, living force, is generated, as both conditioned and liberated souls, is known as Brahma. Since the Lord is the origin of both Paramatma and Brahma, he is the origin of all living entities and all else that exists. One who knows this engages himself at once in the devotional service of the Lord. Such a pure and fully cognizant devotee of the Lord is fully attached to him in heart and soul. And whenever such a devotee assembles with similar devotees, they have no engagement but the glorification of the Lord's transcendental activities. Those who are not as perfect as pure devotees, namely those who have realized only the Brahman or Paramatma feature of the Lord, cannot appreciate the activities of the perfect devotee. The Lord always helps the pure devotees by imparting necessary knowledge within their hearts, and thus, out of his special favor, he dissipates all the darkness of ignorance. The speculative philosophers and yogis cannot imagine this because they more or less depend on again, it is the depend on their own strength, as stated in Katha Upanishad 1.2.23. The Lord can be known only by those whom he favors, and not by anyone else. Such special favors are bestowed upon his pure devotees only. Sri Ishopanishad thus points to the favor of the Lord, which is beyond the purview of the Brahma Jyotir.
Haribol, Om Tat Sat. Okay. So here the similar comparison is made. After the Brahma Jyoti, then also the difference between Paramatma and Atma is also given. The Lord fully maintains his unalloyed devotees, and he guides them progressively on the path of devotional perfection. So, having this verse actually prays to the Lord so that I want to see you. My dear Lord, please show yourself to us, to me. So when will Lord show himself? The last paragraph it is mentioned that only when the Lord favors a devotee, he will show. No other process. So the best example is even when the Lord Krishna came here, when he was there from Vrindavan, he came to Dwaraka, he established. Then, on behalf of Panchapandavas, he was even going as a messenger to the Duryodanas, the Kurus. So, all the 100 Duryodhana brothers and all are there. Dhritarashtra, of course, is blind. But the Duryodhana was not able to see him as the Supreme Lord. Krishna didn't reveal. Avajananti mamuda manushim tanumashrita. They are thinking that I am an ordinary person. So Krishna doesn't reveal himself. When the other soul, the other person is not sincere, or if he is not a devotee, pure devotee, then Krishna doesn't reveal. Even though he appears in front of us, we may not be able to recognize. But if you are a devotee, then even we don't recognize, Krishna will tadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam ubayantite. He awards the necessary qualification to see him. So I'll tell you two different pastimes related to this. One is the Dhruva Maharaj. He was a very, very small boy. He had an issue. He's a Kshatriya boy. In his father had two wives. He's the son. Dhruva Maharaj is the son of the elder queen, and the second newly married young queen, the second one, she also had a son. The king is more affectionate towards this second wife, and he didn't much give attention to the first wife's child, Dhruva. So when Dhruva one day wanted to sit on the lap of the father, then the the mother, she pushed the baby and said, "You're not qualified. If you want to come and sit, then be born in my womb. Now you go and worship Narayana, then next life you will be born in my womb. Then you can sit. Now you don't have like that." So some harsh words were spoken. Then he came to his mother. The mother is luckily a very good lady, and she said, "Yes, Supreme Lord Narayana only can give. Now, who else can give? I have done some sin in my last life. That is why our life is like this. She has done some punya karma, so she is in a, so this papa and punya here, in even here also in paragraph it is mentioned that we take birth and death again and again, and in different shapes and sizes of happiness is coming, distress is coming. It is depending on what we sow, we reap. It is all us. Nobody else is responsible for either happiness or distress of our life. It is brought by ourselves. So we just need to take it up. Like if you are served a sweet, you are eating. If you are served a Karela, you need to eat you need to eat. When Karela comes, you want all sweets, then you will become a sugar patient. You will get diabetes. So better simply accept what the life throws at you and then practice Krishna consciousness in whatever situation possible. That is real Trinadapi Sunnichayana Targori was saying. Tolerate your situation. Whatever is the karmic situation, which is the end result of your previous life activities, you just need to tolerate it. And then you need to practice Krishna consciousness rather than making the Krishna consciousness manipulate and change your current situation and give you comfort. In this way, we should not misuse the devotional service for our own purpose, but rather we should tolerate our situations. And then keep practicing devotional service in order to maintain loving relationship with the Supreme Lord. That should be the purpose. In that case, Krishna will favor. He will really favor the person because the person is genuinely affectionate towards the Supreme Lord without expecting anything in return. So that is a very high class devotional service. And for that, Krishna voluntarily becomes attracted and he has to forcefully be affectionate towards us. So that is the power of pure devotional service. Pure devotional service is a devotional service without any expectation. Even spiritual realization, spiritual progress, and all this yoga and dhyana and these kind of mixing is not there. It is just devotional service, plainly, simply, like that, out of love for Krishna. So this is a very powerful process. So this is one example where the Krishna didn't reveal, that the people didn't understand. Another best example is when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. He is Supreme Lord himself, and there was Gopinath Acharya. He was also a student in the same school. where Lord Chaitanya studied. So he very clearly knows Nimai is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And when later Lord Chaitanya took son, then Gopinath went and Puri, he settled down in Puri. And Gopinath Acharya's elder sister, she married Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So then his elder sister, his sister's husband is Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and he lived in Puri, and he is the primary philosopher and guide in the Raja Prataparudha's kingdom. That Puri king's, Orissa king's court. He was the most prominent person, Pandita, primary Pandita. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Puri, somehow he ended up in his home. It's a big story, pastime. We'll have Guru Maharaj Bookie coming up. We'll read. And later also we will read Chaitanya Charitamrita later sometime. So you will come across, otherwise also you would have heard. So this person, he thought is a young and beautiful sannyasi, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has to learn this Brahma Sutra, this Vedanta Sutra. So we need to teach Vedanta. He's the number one teacher almost in Asia. Everybody was coming to learn from him from all over the places. So he was very famous also. So he thought I should teach this to this young sannyasi. And he kept on teaching and all that. So before that, Gopinath Acharya said that Lord Chaitanya is Supreme Lord. Then Sarvabhauma Acharya said, how can I accept? It's not true. Don't bring anybody and everybody and say he's an avatar or whatever. No, Gopinath Acharya said, no, he's really Supreme Lord. Then where is the Vedic evidence? Gopinath Acharya said, there are so many evidences, but if you are a devotee, you will just like that you can. So that time there is very, very nice verses which are coming in Charitamrita, which says that unless the Supreme Lord permits himself to be revealed to the other person will not know that it is the Supreme Lord. So it's Krishna who has to show himself, because he has full free will to either let you understand or not understand. That Krishna decides. But when they are pure devotee, he gives them the qualification to see him and then he shows himself. This is the specialization. So he said, Gopinath Acharya said to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he may be living in your own home, the Supreme Lord, but unless he showers mercy on you, you cannot understand he is Supreme Lord. Very famous verse. And then he goes away. Later, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 7 days he listened to the Vedanta Sutra and he doesn't respond anything, he's keeping quiet and looking somewhere. Then that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked, 7 days you are listening continuously without any reaction. Did you understand? Don't understand? You didn't ask any questions, nothing. Then he said, no, this Vedas are like sunlight, so clear and simple. But your explanation of Sankaracharya which you are giving is like cloud which is hiding the true meaning. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became very angry. Okay, explain. Then Lord Chaitanya took some verses from Vedanta Sutra and explained direct meaning of it, where Krishna is Supreme Lord and devotion is the highest and all. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was shocked, and that day night he was not able to sleep. And full night he was awake thinking, who is this person? Nobody has repeated my argument and my explanations. And Sankaracharya has given that Bhashya, I am expert at it. And I have taught so many students. I'm number one almost in the world in teaching. But small boy, beautiful young sannyasi coming and sitting. So how it is possible? Who is this person? Who is this person? And in the night, he will be revealed. He understands that he is Supreme Personality of God in himself. Very clearly understands. And next day, early morning, very, very early, so full night he didn't sleep also. And Lord Chaitanya will knock the door, tick, 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 like this. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya will ask, who is that? Because he has not brushed his teeth, nothing. Full night he didn't sleep, thinking. So then Lord Chaitanya will say, I am Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya. I've come here with Jagannath Prasad. So he will bring a pot of Jagannath Prasad and say that, please take it like this. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is a Pakka Brahmana, following all the rules and regulations. Early morning, as soon as they get up, they take bath, do Sandhya Vandan, all the morning duties, and then only eat something or drink any water. They fast. That is why it's called breakfast. In the morning when you take food, it is called breakfast because you're breaking your fast. So in regular historical culture, proper Vedic culture, till morning 10, 11 o'clock, nobody breaks the fast. Maybe water is okay, but not the food. If you eat tiffin at 7:30, 8 o'clock, you feel sleepy at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. But see, in Vedic culture, directly food is served at 10:30, 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. That's all. Till then, it's fasting. So it's very powerful, the activities which you perform are. So generally, he doesn't take, unless puja, part, everything is finished. So many Sandhya Vandan and everything he has to do, then only he can eat anything. But Lord Chaitanya is standing with Jagannath Prasad. So he opened the door and he understands Lord Chaitanya is really Supreme Personality of God. In the full night, he got revelation. So he just offered obeisances to this young sannyasi and immediately took the pot from his hand and he starts eating without brushing, without anything. The Jagannath Swami Mahaprasadam should not wait. That time Lord Chaitanya understood, that not already Lord Chaitanya understood, that time Lord Chaitanya showered his mercy because he broke the Brahmanical rules to enhance the Vaishnava rules. So Brahmanical rule is you should not take any food unless you have taken bath and done your Sandhya Vandana. But the Vaishnava rule is prasadam should not wait. It has to be at least honored. One grain of rice at least we need put in the mouth. When the prasadam somebody is telling, please take it. At least one grain we should take from there and put in the mouth. This is because we are affectionate towards Krishna. Krishna prasadam should never be rejected. So that is that aspect. So he switched over from a lower platform to a higher platform. Then Lord Chaitanya showed his six-handed form. Then he asked, who are you? Who are you, my dear Lord? Please show yourself. And he offered obeisances. Then the Lord showed a six-handed form. Some people say that he showed that Narayana form with Shanga Chakra Gada Padma and the flute and Krishna. And yeah, that is the Rupa he showed. Yes, that is the Rupa. Not the other Shadbhuja form. Yeah. One more people say that he showed that two hands Rama, two hand Krishna, and two hands. I think he showed both. Because in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mangal, different things are written. And so both the forms, it seems that he has shown the Shadbhuja form, the six-handed form. He has shown two hands like Rama, two hands like Krishna, playing flute, like Rama, bow and arrow, and like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, two hands Kamandala and Danda, like this. So the Lord voluntarily revealed. He decided, now I will show myself to him. Then he reveals. Till then, Sarvabhaumacharya was thinking he's an ordinary boy. And continuously, full day, he was living in Sarvabhaumacharya's house only. He was hosting the boy. More than 1, 2, 3 months, 1 or 2 months. And then he is understanding that he is Supreme Personality of God. So that is 42 days or something. I'm not very sure. I think with less than 2 months, he stayed. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to South India. He didn't stay in Puri initially. He immediately went to South India within 2, 3 months of his sannyas. And then he came back and then he lived for many years. So this is what it is. So the Lord has to, so he guides the devotee progressively on the path towards devotional perfection. So he maintains the unalloyed devotees. So as the leader of his devotees, he ultimately awards the desired results of devotional service by giving himself to them. We'll all get Krishna. That is guaranteed. Guru Maharaj today, he said, those who didn't get Baba Bhakti today, Guru Maharaj discussing Baba Bhakti, kindly go and listen to today's class. Guru Maharaj has blessed everybody with Baba Bhakti or ecstatic love of devotion. It's on Facebook, it's in YouTube. Jayapataka Swami official channel in YouTube, and Jayapataka Swami is the Facebook page if you want in English. So there the live classes are going on. At the end of the class, Guru Maharaj blessed everybody for Bhava Bhakti like this. So if you have not got it yet, you will surely get it in future. Like that, Guru Maharaj blessed. Very, very nice. So in this way, the ultimate aim is to get Krishna. And what do I do after getting Krishna? I'll perform devotional service. So performing devotional service is the activity. And to whom I will perform is to Krishna. So Krishna voluntarily comes and gives himself forcefully, gives himself to the devotee. So there, see, what are all the benefits which we are getting? See, the Lord's devotee of the Lord see the Lord eye to eye by his causeless mercy. What else is required here? Thus, the Lord helps the devotees reach the supermost spiritual planet Goloka Vrindavana. All these things are awarded by the Supreme Lord for an unalloyed devotee. So, unalloyed means what? This is very important. Unalloy. So, alloy means you mix something. For example, if there is gold, generally this gold cannot be made as a jewelry. It's not possible because its melting point is very low. Then it will immediately bend. So they add copper. So then when you add another metal with another metal, then it becomes alloyed. Or we can say something is pure, like milk is pure. When do you say milk is pure? Insover milk is milk, it is pure. You add anything, water, Bonvita, Horlicks, whatever, coffee, tea, whatever you mix, it's no more milk. If you add water, it's not pure milk anymore. So the pure milk means as it is. That's all. Pure devotional service means simply perform devotional service. Don't make it like a dhyana. Don't make it like a yoga. Don't make it like a knowledge. Don't make it like jnana, yoga, karma, ashtanga siddhi yoga. Don't yield the result of chanting, requesting Krishna for some benefit back. In this way, simply perform the devotional service for the sake of performing devotional service. That's all. Then it's pure, simple, and straightforward. That will simply please Krishna. Unalloyed. Alloy means you're mixing something. Unalloyed means not mixing anything. Just it's as it is, pure. Pure means as it is. That's all. Pure means there is not something complicated. Pure means keep it as it is, simple. Sravana means Sravanam, Kirtana means do it for the sake of doing. With the interest and affection to Krishna. So being the creator, Krishna gives the necessary qualification to reach him. So he is the cause of all causes. So in material world, he doesn't come directly, but in the spiritual manifestation of him, by his internal potency, he appears in his form and he shows himself to the devotee. And living entities are also Krishna's expansion only, but we are separated parts and parcel of the Lord. So why we are into the material world is because we envied him. We envied him, and because we want to desire to be the Lord. I want to be Krishna. I want to enjoy like Krishna. This is the intention for which we enter into this material world. But here also, we are not the controller. Ultimately, the controller is Lord's Paramatma feature even in the material world. So surely there is a difference between Atma and Paramatma. So we are getting controlled and Lord is controller. So that is the difference between Paramatma and Lord. So let it be Brahman, Paramatma for all the features. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the source. For Jiva Shakti also, Lord is the source. So one knows these things that my source, Brahman source, Paramatma source, everything is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then what will happen? He will start performing devotional service. So for such a person, and they will have a regular duty, simply Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, very, very happily engage in chanting and talking the glories. So Jnanis and Yogis and those people who are behind Paramatma and Brahman, they cannot appreciate the devotees' activities. They cannot appreciate. But see, they cannot appreciate the activities of the devotees. But the Lord is keep on helping the devotee by imparting the necessary knowledge within their heart. Prema bhakti jahan hoite avidya vinasha jaite. Divya Jnana Hriday Prakashito. All the Divya Jnana, everything comes into the heart. And the same song also, there is another verse which says that Lord is giving the knowledge, what is required to reach Him. So they cannot imagine the yogis and jnanis, they cannot, sometimes they make fun of devotees as sentimental people, but that is the originality. The affection between this, not as a body, not as a body, thinking that I'm, but the body is temporary, we know, but the soul is affectionate to the Lord. Such special favor. So the Lord can be known only by those who favors, not by anyone else. That's what I told you, the two examples of people who are favored by the Lord. So such special favors are bestowed upon his pure devotees only. So Sri Isopanisad thus points out the favor of the Lord, which is beyond the purview of the Brahmajyoti. So remove the effulgence and then show yourself to us like that. Okay, so this is the verse. I'm going to give you 4 questions which you need to answer from this purport. Already we have seen those who have come to the class, but those who are not also should work on it. I will post it in the group right now and in WhatsApp group, and tomorrow when you come, you bring the answer for these questions. It's very simple and straightforward answers. It's just like a revision for this purport. Any questions or comments? I'll try to share the question till then. Any questions or comments?
Mataji, one
Yeah.
question related to the difference between
Yeah.
manifestation and expansion. So it is mentioned the external potency is not exactly manifested by him,
Yes.
for he expands himself, and
Yes.
consequently he enjoys his own self by manifesting his internal potency. So there's a mention of manifestation and expansion, Mataji.
Yes. Yes. Very good observation. When you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, a little bit in Bhagavatam, but mostly in Chaitanya Charitamrita, very clearly explained how the internal potency is and how external potency and what is incarnation, what is expansion, like this. So, when the Lord is coming into this material plane in avatars, he comes with the help of he manifests himself by the potency of internal potency, Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya Samavritaha is mentioning in Bhagavad Gita also. I appear in this world with the potency of my Yoga Maya, like that. Lord never associates with the matter or external energy. He never associates the Supreme Lord. So, in order to create the material world, for creating the spiritual world, see how the entire creation is created is first Krishna is there, then his first expansion is Balaram. Okay, he is also called. Then from Balaram comes 4 expansions, who are expansions which are called Sankarshana, Aniruddha, Pradyumna, and Vasudeva. Chaturvyuha expansions they are called. So their plenary expansion means not the complete expansion. For example, when Krishna, Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha, like that and all are there, it's a detailed study, but I'll tell you very basically. Krishna was there and the Brahma stole all the cows and covered boys. So when, calves and the covered boys, then Krishna expanded himself into all the covered boys with his full potency. Okay, that is one kind of expansion, 100% with this potency. But only for creation, purpose of creation, only for the purpose of some manifestation, Krishna expands certain aspects of him. So that is called plenary portion or plenary expansion. The word plenary is used. Okay, so you should understand. Then These plenary expansions, the Chaturvyuga expansions are there, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Vasudeva, and Aniruddha. In that, the Supreme Lord, the Ananta, the Balram is further expanding himself into Sankarshana form for manifesting the spiritual world and manifesting the material world. To make the Vaikuntha planets, Vaikuntha planets are not made, they are eternally there, but who is becoming that is the Sankarshana or Balarama for the purpose of the Lord's enjoyment. Like, for example, the Lord will wear uttariya, he'll wear dress, he will have an umbrella, he will have a mat, and he will have a chair in which he will be sitting. All these, or Balaram, expands himself into various paraphernalia. Same way, the Lord Balarama expands into Dhamma, Vaikuntha Dhamma and Goloka Dhamma, the expansions of Balarama, or we can say like Sankarshana. We don't directly say Balarama, but rather Balaram further expands into Sankarshana. And this Chaturvyuga Sankarshana, he manifested these places of pastimes for the Supreme Lord. And material world, for creation of material world, the same Sankarshana, and then further that first Chaturvyuga expands into Narayana. Then again there is an expansion of Sankarshana, the second Chaturvyuga expansions. It's a very detailed study. And then the material, for expanding material world, again that Sankarshana expands into first Karanodaka Sai Vishnu, then Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, and then Shirodaka Sai Vishnu, and further Shirodaka Sai Vishnu becomes Paramatma. Like this, the Paramatma is the last leaf of expansion. There's no further expansion. Paramatma is the last atom of the material world. Material world is the inferior energy. Inferior energy is the last, every bit is an atom. And that last atom, inside the atom also, the Paramatma is there. That is the final expansion. So this is called expansion. Manifestation is the spiritual world is manifested. The temple is, we are manifesting a temple. The temple is Balram. The paraphernalia, like you have Arati plate. And we are very nicely respecting and cleaning that Arati plate with great affection and respect for the worship of the Supreme Lord. So these paraphernalia which are used for the service of the Lord are the manifestations which are done by the Balarama in order to serve the Supreme Lord. Like this. So all this is done by the internal potency. But as far as the external potency material world is concerned, Krishna doesn't involve directly. So the Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Balarama, they are not involving directly. Rather, in a lying down form. Sai means is just lying down. So like sleeping state. So there, the Yoga Nidra, Lord comes and lies down as an expansion separately as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Shirodaka Sai Vishnu, and Karnodaka Sai Vishnu. Only these three Vishnus are called Purusha avatars, and they only maintain the material universe. Material universe is temporary. There is a big chunk of big black cloud. It is called Mahat Tattva, and from Mahat Tattva expands into material universe, again shrinks back into Mahat Tattva. Again, Mahat Tattva expands into material universes, and then again it shrinks back into single chunk without any divisions of earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, ego. Like these kind of divisions are not there. It is a single chunk of matter, and that matter manifests into various magical presentations like we see in the material world. And again, it goes back into a single chunk called Mahat Tattva. This creation is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. The spiritual world explanations are there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So you should know that in some places, these manifestations are done by the Nityananda Prabhu or Balaram. So sometimes he's also said to be Krishna's manifestation. Incarnation is Advaita. What is the Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Saktika. So this Prakasham, Tat Prakasham, Tat Shakti, that is mentioned the Supreme Lord. Vande Gurum Isha Bhaktam Ishan Ishavataram Tat Prakasham Tat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samyakam. Means the Supreme Personality of Godhead is there. He's Isha, Ishvara, Isha. And then he has his Shakti, which is internal potency. And that Shakti, of course, further expands. And he has his Bhaktas, who are marginal potency. Tat Prakasham is the Tat Shakti. Prakasha is the called as manifestations or expansions. So this Balaram is the first expansion. Then many expansions are there. Incarnation is something different than the expansion. Incarnation is avatar. Expansion is plenary portions of the Supreme Lord. Like avatars for a particular duty, they'll just finish and go away, finish and go away. The Leela. But as far as the expansions are concerned, they have responsibility. The material world and spiritual world, they have certain responsibility carried out. So when Krishna comes into the material world, he comes along with this internal potency. So he manifests himself with the power of the internal potency in the material world. But as far as the creation of the manifestation of the material world is concerned, he doesn't directly get involved. Rather, he has this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, Karanodaka Sai Vishnu, and as three Purusha incarnations, indirectly managing it. He doesn't directly put his hand on the matter. He doesn't touch matter. So in order to make the material world, which is made of matter, he expands separately. Even for destruction, he himself expands as Shiva. Mahavishnu expands further as Shiva. Mahavishnu or Karanam Sai. You got it?
Yes, Mataji.
Little complicated.
Little kind of, I just noted, right? Incarnation.
Yeah, you can refer.
Manifest external.
One more book I will suggest is you can read Chaitanya Charitamrita, nothing wrong, but it may be little heavy before Bhagavatam. The best book I will suggest is you read, all of you should read. But we are doing Bhakti Shastri. After finishing, Prabhupada earlier added that book to the Bhakti Shastri syllabus. But I don't know why. Actually, in some places, Prabhupada has mentioned only these 4 books. In 1 or 2 places, Prabhupada has added the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. That also into this Bhakti Shastri. But they somehow or other, it was not added in the GBC syllabus, which is given. Very unfortunate. So we should have that also, I feel. It's an amazing book where all this is mentioned. Very simple to understand, Kana. The word manifestation is, okay. Right now, is Krishna there in the world? He is in an unmanifest form. It's an English word. Manifest is an English word. Incarnation is an English word. Expansion is an English word. You can just check the meaning. Same like Prabhupada said, initiation is an English word. Initiate means to begin. So you are initiating into spiritual life. We are initiating into spiritual life. So he said like that. So same way, here also manifestation means the Tamil theriyum இல்லையா தோன்றுவது தோன்றல். So this manifestations generally are used for 2-3 places. One is when Krishna is manifesting himself in front of a devotee. Then he became unmanifest. Means மறைந்து விட்டார், தோன்றுகிறார், மறைகிறார். Same way, the material world appears and disappears. Manifested. So manifested universe. These universes are called manifested universes. So Krishna appears, try to manifest himself, not rise, manifest in front of the worldly people by the power of his internal potency. For example, Krishna appeared in this material world as Krishna in Vrindavana. Then he spoke in Kurukshetra, in Bhagavad Gita and all, and he disappeared, right? He came here. He stayed for some time. And he's gone, right? So we don't call as birth and death. We call appearance and disappearance. Or we can say that he manifested for a naked eye. He manifested for our eyes and he unmanifested. Like when Narada Muni saw Krishna, he manifested in front of his eyes, spoke with Narada Muni, and then became unmanifested. Same way, this material universe gets manifested and then gets unmanifested. But the spiritual world is always manifest. There is no unmanifestation for the spiritual world because it's eternal. So there is no time that it started. When did spiritual world start? This is the date the spiritual world was born. No date, because it is eternally there. So it is always in the manifest form. And that manifestation is created by the Supreme Balram. The spiritual world manifestation is done by Balram. The same Balram's expansion, the Sirodhika Sai Vishnu, Garbhodhika Sai Vishnu, and Karnodhika Sai Vishnu, manifests the material world. So that is what is written in that paragraph, that when Krishna manifests himself in the spiritual world or internal, with the internal potency only he'll associate and he'll manifest. But when he has to create the material world, he'll expand into the Purusha incarnation and then he will do the duty. He won't directly come, directly do. These three incarnations are for only the creation of the material world. Otherwise, they don't have any duty. Anyway, there is a long way to go. When we go further into Bhagavad Gita and all, you will understand better. So these three words you should know. What is incarnation, what is expansion. These two you should know. Manifestation and manifestation is the regular English word where it appears and it disappears. So Krishna appears in this material world with the internal. It's mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna himself is telling, I am coming into this material world with my, I am showing myself unto you by my internal potency. He uses one of the Shakti. He has many Shaktis. Andaranga Shakti, Bahiranga Shakti, Sarvashtra Shakti. He uses the Andaranga Shakti to show himself to you. In the material world, we are able to see Krishna. Like people in the material world were able to see Lord Chaitanya. People in the material world were able to see Krishna. Whereas Krishna is spiritual. With the naked eye, we are not able to see. See, we are having eye, right? Are we able to see each other as spirit soul? Is spirituality visible to us? It is not visible to us with this eye. And Krishna's form is fully transcendental, fully spiritual. When he came here in Kurukshetra war, he was there. And all the soldiers were able to see Krishna. How? So Krishna is telling, by my internal potency, I am making it possible for an ordinary person to see me. But the ordinary person with the material eye cannot see Krishna. But he is able to see by the mercy of internal potency. So Krishna's internal potency works there, and let the normal person see the Supreme Lord manifestation. Manifestation of the Supreme Lord in front of a materialistic person is possible by the internal potency. Okay. Any other questions? Or this question itself, you have any more clarification?
No, good,
Very
Mother.
rarely you
So,
ask question complicated.
really secretive information. Krishna manifested and he made himself to be seen by whoever was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
That more merciful is Lord Chaitanya. He walked the entire 6 years in South India. 6 years. Only 4 states. Little bit Maharashtra. But Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Karnataka. And a little bit South Maharashtra. And again through Godavari, he went back to Rajahmundry, Visakhapatnam and went back to Puri. So the people were seeing in the road and streets. Everybody was seeing him dancing and coming. And his body is completely transcendental. Krishna also, fully transcendental body. There's no difference between body and soul for him. He's spiritual by all. But every common man is able to see. That is by the mercy of internal potency. The internal potency let the normal living entity who's locked up in the material body to see the Supreme Lord. That is why we are saying in Vrindavan they say Radhe Radhe, because she can show Krishna. But that is not, we should not bug her or disturb. When the Lord favors us, he will voluntarily appear in front of us and show himself to us. That is the best method, rather than going and saying, Radhe, Radhe, Shyam Radhe, 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 please show me the Lord. She is not our servant. You will have so many material desire for sense gratification. And then you go to Radhe, 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 Radhe. In this way. So bogus philosophy. So much. I'm saying, Radharani, please show Krishna, like that. She is absorbed in the service to Krishna. And if you really want to see Krishna, approach Lord Chaitanya. You want really Radharani's association. What Radharani will do in the association of devotees is shown by Lord Chaitanya. So associating with Lord Chaitanya is actually associating with Srimati Radharani. Sarup Damodar Goswami was Lalita Sakhi. Ramanand Raya was Vishakha Sakhi and Arjuna. So in this way, even all the Sakhis and Manjaris, they've all come into Navadvipa. They've appeared again. People want Vyasadeva, Vyasadeva, Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva has come as Vrindavan Das Thakur. Narada Muni has come as Srivas Thakur. Hanuman Bajrang ki jai, he has come as Murari Gupta. We have the latest edition of all the personalities whom we really desire to associate with. Only thing is we need to recognize that the Lord has appeared again. Lord Gauranga and Nityananda is nobody but Krishna and Balarama. They came in front of us and they are giving this methodology to us, and they dressed up like a devotee like us. They ate prasadam like us. They worshipped the deity and went to temple like us. They chanted kirtan like us. They read Bhagavatam like us. See, they showed us a personal example. Prabhupada is telling like how a teacher, when teaching A, E, A, B, C, D, he will hold the hand of the child and make him do, and then the teacher himself will write A, like this only, B, like this you need to write in the slate. They will write and show. Same way, the Supreme Lord Krishna himself came and he said A, B, like that Lord Chaitanya, he showed the entire life of a devotee community, how they will live. They all, Mahavishnu came, Shiva came. Who didn't come? Radharani came. Was Gadadhar Pandit. Who didn't come? Everybody has come. Everybody is shown. Brahma has come. Brahma, Shiva has come. Vishnu has come. What better example we want? Where are we looking for how to live a life of a devotee? Lord, Gauda Bhaktas are the topmost example of how to live a devotee life. Nowhere we need to search anything. Mercy, unlimited mercy. Krishna is merciful, but more merciful is Lord Chaitanya. Same Krishna, along with this internal potency, Radharani, he came as Chaitanya. He also walked in all the streets. Krishna had specialized crowd, but Lord Chaitanya walked simply in the street. Everybody. Okay. Either Navaneet and Jayalakshmi are your initiated names, or what is your name otherwise?
My name is Navnita Kumar Mataji. Jayalakshmi is yet to get initiated.
Oh, okay. She's a very wonderful devotee. She should get as soon as possible. Navaneet Kumar, initiated name?
Navnita Govinda Das.
Oh, okay. Okay. There is something Mahamaya and Yogamaya. So that Yogamaya is the potency. It's also internal potency. And Krishna is appearing in this manifesting. Anywhere Krishna manifests with this Yogamaya potency. Many places you will see. In a like when some rishi or muni doing yajna or tapasya, then Lord will appear. So there it will be written in the sloka that by the Yogamaya potency, Lord appeared there, like that it will be written. So he will appear in the material world with the Yogamaya potency and Suddha Sattvam. But material world is made of matter. So within the matter law, the spirituality becomes visible. Is by the Yogamaya potency. That is called internal potency. Okay. Okay, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Any other questions? Akarshak is keeping quiet today. So gaya. Okay. Thank you very much. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
I'm going to put some questions in from the purports which you need to take and see, some highlights. That tomorrow you prepare and come.